Hi, everyone. I'm super excited to be chatting with you again this evening. And tonight we are speaking to Tracey James from Snapplify. And we're going to be talking about this incredible product, which is Book Buddy. And Book Buddy lives inside of your book and actually helps you with your work. I'm going to play you a quick video just to show you how cool it is. And then we're going to talk.
Imagine a world where every question you ask gets answered instantly, where studying isn't a struggle, but a conversation. Snapplify can transform your learning experience with AI, making it more efficient and engaging. Amara is in grade 7. She learns in English at school, but at home, she speaks isiZulu. Amara really loves reading, but when she has questions, her books don't always have the answers. Now, that's changed. When Amara opens her textbook, Book Buddy is right there beside her. She types in a mathematics question, and Book Buddy responds, clearly, simply, and supportively, right alongside the text. If she's stuck on a chapter, it gives her a quick summary. With Book Buddy, Amara isn't just reading her textbooks. She's engaging with them, learning with confidence, and studying with purpose. When it's time to revise, she just asks Book Buddy to create a quiz. And when she can't remember what she highlighted, Book Buddy reminds her. Book Buddy makes Amara's studying smarter and supports her right when she needs it, in a language she can easily understand. Now imagine that experience for every learner. Book Buddy is more than a tool. It's a learning companion, ready to help whenever and wherever it's needed.
So, Tracey, thank you so much for being here today. I'm really excited to be sharing about Book Buddy. I know a few months ago, you and I had an initial chat on your platform about using it. So I'm really excited that you're here to talk about the updates and the amazing things that it can help with the children in terms of learning and understanding their books.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Karen, for inviting me. And I definitely look forward to telling you more about Book Buddy and also showing you how it has gone ahead and improved so much children's lives. I use Book Buddy myself because I'm studying, and I just want to go ahead and show it to you to see how institutions can go ahead and implement it within their institutions or in their schools and classrooms as well.
So for people who don't know, what is Book Buddy?
So Book Buddy is an AI-powered tutor that turns any textbook, whether it's digital or print, into an interactive learning experience. So you would go ahead and get a tutor to go ahead and help your student, or you'd have extra lessons, where with Book Buddy, you can go ahead and interact with that book. So it's an AI-powered tool. You interact with the book, and you can go ahead and ask it questions. You can ask it to quiz you. It won't give you the answers, but it would go ahead and help you to understand the content within the book. What I also want to highlight is it does not go ahead and take information from outside of the book. So as you know, when we are talking to ChatGPT or to Google, it would go ahead and give us random or different types of answers, where with Book Buddy AI, it just sticks to the content within the book itself.
Oh, okay, that's brilliant. So do you want to start showing? Should we have a look at what it looks like?
Definitely. I can go ahead and show you. So we have it on Engage. So if the institution is currently working with Snapplify, then they would have access to Snapplify Engage. And if they are not working with Snapplify, or they don't have Snapplify Engage, then we also have the Book Buddy subscription, and that is for our retail customers. But today we're going to put our focus on Engage, because we want to go ahead and show institutions what they can go ahead and benefit from Book Buddy. So currently we're looking at Engage, and as you can see, is different types of tabs on the top, but we're focusing mainly on the AI. And then you'll see the Book Buddy. And here you can see all of my titles that currently has Book Buddy enabled. So I'm going to take a mathematics book because, as we know, mathematics is quite a difficult subject. And once students get to grade 9, they don't want to go ahead and do pure mathematics when they get to grade 10. So I just want to go ahead and demonstrate how we can go ahead and understand the content within this book. So I'll just ask it to summarize chapter 1 for me. Let's just... As you can see, I already started interacting with it and I started asking it questions. And while it's thinking, I just want to take you up to the questions that I asked it. So
Okay.
I asked it to give me mathematical terms and explanations. Sorry, I just summarized everything up. But yeah, in the beginning, I asked it to explain the mathematical terms and explanations for me, and it went ahead and explained. And then gave me examples of the terms, the types of algebraic expressions, and then it also explained the difference between the different terms. And then further down, I asked it a sum, and it gave me the sum, and it also explained the sum for me. So for me, that has no clue of what this mathematical term is or how the sum works, it gave me that explanation. And then
Ah,
I explained it and I said, I don't know how to work out the sum and I don't understand the concept at all. And here's where it broke it down for me. The equation, it also explained it to me. So you can see over here. And then as I went ahead and asked it to summarize chapter 1, it gave me a summary of chapter 1. Now, if I am busy preparing for an exam, usually schools would go ahead and give the students past exam papers to go ahead and study and just to go ahead and practice. We can ask Book Buddy to go ahead and quiz us for exams. So we can ask it
okay.
to give us exam questions. So let's say, prepare
A
me.
math of you, can the keyboard unusual maths things work in there, or how does the math stuff work from that point of view?
So just rephrase your question for me.
So in maths you might have things that are not normal letters that you have the
Correct.
maths. So can you type with those in here, or would it be words? How? So
So if you have the sum, you can definitely go ahead and paste it in over here. If you're
okay.
able to go ahead and type it out on your keyboard, you can definitely do that. And then you'd be able to, it would go ahead and give you the explanation based on what you've given it to them.
Okay. So you were
Okay?
typing out a question, yeah?
Correct. Prepare me for exams and give me high level exam questions. So it will go ahead and formulate some questions for me.
So I want to ask a question around what you said. So you said it doesn't go outside of this book. So
Correct.
in terms of maths, if a topic hasn't been explained properly in the learner book, have you added the teacher guide or the teacher book onto that so that it can pull information from that as well? Or how does it work from like something where there's more content behind than perhaps what's in the learner book?
So it only focuses on the book itself. So it doesn't go ahead and look
Ah,
for other books. So it won't go ahead and extract information from the teacher book or from any other textbook. So it will only focus on
okay.
this textbook and it will go ahead and explain or make it simple. So it will simplify everything that is in this textbook. So maybe it's a topic that you haven't yet covered in class, but you are, as we know, we get some students that are a little bit forward and they want to go ahead and prepare when that topic does come up. It will explain that concept for you as it is in the book and in more simple terms. Um,
Okay.
so yes. So just to go back, so I've asked it to go ahead and prepare that high level exam questions. And here we can see it gave me different sections with the questions. I personally don't know the answers to this, so I won't be able to answer it. But here you can go ahead and see that it will go ahead and give you the questions. It breaks it down in sections. And I'm assuming that these are the sections that is in this textbook. Because remember, I don't know this textbook at all. So it
Yeah.
broke it down per section that is covered in this textbook itself.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So for those of you who might have just popped in late, this is Book Buddy that we're looking at. It's Snapplify's AI tool that works on the textbooks that the children might have, whether it's a school textbook that they've bought through this or that the school has, or individual learners can also apply to get it, even if their school is not part of the Snapplify school customers. So individuals can also use them.
Correct. Yes. So we have the subscription where if you have a physical book with you, and maybe it's a book that you haven't purchased on Snapplify, you can come onto our retail subscription for Book Buddy, and I'll definitely go ahead and pop the links in later in the chat box, where you can then go ahead and see if your book is on the platform. And if it is there, you can then go ahead and purchase the subscription. The subscription is for a year. And the price will be there based on the book. So then you purchase the subscription and you'll be able to then interact with that textbook. I like it when it's a physical book and you have the Book Buddy. So like usually I go ahead and I tell my daughter, okay, so this is the book that you've gotten at school. So let's go ahead and see what Book Buddy can go ahead and help us with. What don't you understand? And she'll show me in a physical book what she doesn't understand. Where then with my son, because he is in a higher grade, so he uses ebooks. So I'll ask him what he doesn't understand in his ebook. And when we see the Book Buddy icon, I just want to show you on the Snapplify reader. So this is the Snapplify reader. And you'll see that if you go into, let me just open one of my textbooks that I have. Just give me a second. Here we go. I'm just going to download this one. And I just want to show you what it looks like when you open the book itself. So view.
So you can talk about any page or anything within the book,
anything,
right?
anything. So over here, if this is something that I'm struggling with, I don't have to go out of this book to get to Book Buddy, because over here is the Book Buddy icon. So I can go straight to Book Buddy. I can ask it about that question that I didn't understand, and then I can always go back to the book and I can continue summarizing everything then. So that is the concept that I use with my son, because he's on digital books, where with my daughter, she has physical books. So I would then go ahead and ask her to tell me what she don't understand, and we'll go to Book Buddy.
Oh, that is so brilliant. So from what age group do you have books that are linked to Book Buddy?
So we don't have an age group at the moment. It's based on publishers. So
so to what grade do they go down to? Sorry, if of the publishers' books.
So I don't know if you're aware, but we go ahead and do from kindergarten all the way to higher education.
Yes,
if the publisher is part of Book Buddy, their content, if it falls in the categories from kindergarten all the way up, would then go ahead and have the AI enabled. So it's not age categorized.
Oh, that's brilliant. So like you're saying, the little children can benefit from it as well as like you studying, so people who are doing higher ed as well. Oh, that's really interesting.
Correct. And always what I like to mention is that it's responsible AI. So it's not going to go ahead and expose your children to anything outside of this book. It will only stick to the content within the book. So maybe your children are going through something, or the students are going through something, and when they go to Google, they would get all kinds of options. Where with Book Buddy, if they do go ahead and ask it maybe something that is out of this book, I would go ahead and either direct them to a professional, or it would ask them to go ahead and speak to their parents or to their teachers.
Talk a bit about the security and the safety features that you've built, that have been built into Book Buddy, and why they're so important.
For us, it's very important because we want to make sure that we keep the contents to the book itself. As you know, at times students can go ahead and search for information, and the information that they find on the internet, it varies widely. And having to bring AI into an institution, sometimes the schools are like, no, they don't want AI because what of the risk that comes with it.
Yes.
Where with Snapplify, we say that we want to go ahead and put approved curriculum aligned material and not expose the children to unverified or unrelated information. We want to stick to what is being taught in the schools. We want to stick to the content that the teacher or the lecturer is focusing on. And that is the key reason why we feel that Book Buddy is very appropriate for educational environments, because it's not going to focus on other factors. It's not going to look for other things. It's only going to focus on that textbook itself. So if that is a textbook that the school has prescribed for them, that is the only thing that Book Buddy will focus on. We try and keep away from outside sources.
So if a child puts an inappropriate sentence or something into Book Buddy, what happens? So if they swear or say something that's not appropriate?
Let's test it. So I'm not going to use a swear word, but I am going to go ahead and go with suicidal topics. And let's just see what it says. So, okay, so here it goes ahead and it apologizes, but it also goes ahead and tells me to reach out to either a family member, teacher, or counselor, and to talk about what I'm feeling. It's not going to go ahead and tell me, okay, these are the steps that I can go ahead and follow. And this is what I like, especially with young children. Young children, they are starting to learn about AI. They are so vast when it comes to a mobile phone or a computer that they go ahead and just search anything. And what
Yes.
I like about this is that it does not go ahead and entertain it. It doesn't entertain the conversation. It doesn't go ahead and give them the tips that they need. It directs them to an adult or to a professional if they are seeking that guidance. So that's why I'm very, especially for me having young children, I love this a lot.
Yeah, and I think it's really, really important. And at the same time, it's also comforting to know that
Correct.
that's what it's going to do. So you don't have to stress if your child is using the tool.
Correct. So, we're trying to reduce that phone time, that screen time and stuff. And knowing that my child is interacting with Book Buddy or my child is studying, I know that my child won't go ahead and focus on roadblocks, or it would ask, oh, how can I go ahead and purchase roadblocks, or how can I go ahead and do this or that? It would only stick to this content. So when I see her studying or him studying, I'm happy because then I know, okay, there is no derailing from here unless they go out of this app. Then that's where I step in and I say, okay, screen time's over now.
And then tell me about the language and the use of language. So if your home language is different to what the book is written in, is there a solution, or is there something that you can do that can help the students?
Definitely, definitely. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to a school and I interacted with an international. And what happened was the student didn't understand English at all. English was not their first language. And my manager told me, let's go ahead and see if we can interact in the student's language. So we took the student's device and we said, yeah, here's the book. Go ahead and type in your language what is happening. Um, you type a question about the book. And the student went and it came back with the answer in that student's language. And the student was able to understand the content. So not only do we focus on English, but we also focus on international languages as well as on African languages. As we know, a lot of our schools have children where English is not their first language, and students tend to struggle. So for me, let's for instance go ahead and try an Afrikaans. Let's see. My Afrikaans is not that great, So let's just try.
So if anybody's watching, if you want to pop a question into the chat, please do so and we'll respond. So we look forward to your questions.
Awesome. So, like, I went ahead and I said, I don't understand what's happening, and it responded back to me in Afrikaans, so that I can understand what it was trying to say.
Oh,
So,
very nice.
I feel that it does help a lot your non-English speaking learners, especially when it comes to concepts. You know, when it comes to our mathematical, our physical terms, when a student does not understand that concept in the class, they can always come back to the textbook and ask it in their own home language more. Um, so yeah.
So, how does it interpret picture books? If you're doing younger children where there's perhaps more of a visual image, is it just picking up the text or is it doing some form of visual interpretation as well?
So you can, when you are interacting with the book, you can go ahead and ask maybe to go to page 3 of that textbook and explain the visual concept or the visual that you are seeing, and it would go ahead and explain to you what it says. So remember, it's not going to give you the answers, but it will give you an explanation. It won't go ahead and display the images in the chat that you are having, but
Yeah, yeah.
it will explain to you what it's been seen.
Oh, okay, that's brilliant. And is there an audio feature?
At the moment, no, but it is something that we are working with in the future. So Book Buddy is still in, it's still developing. So there's still a lot of more features that are coming. We've launched Book Buddy last year at Schoolscape. So we'll be officially a year next year with next week
Next week?
with Book Buddy. So Book Buddy is still developing quite a lot. So we have Book Buddy on Snapplify and Cage. We have it on the Snapplify Reader, and then soon it's also coming to WhatsApp. So
Ah,
instead of you
okay.
having to go to an app, you can now go ahead and interact with it on WhatsApp. So that is all still coming. Um, I say every day when I have the conversation with either my team members or with schools, I say there's still a lot happening. As we know, AI is still developing and there's a lot of
All the
features coming
time.
with it. So I definitely believe that Book Buddy is still going to develop quite a lot more. I believe that especially for students that has disabilities, there will come a lot great features with Book Buddy for them as
Ah,
well.
okay. Yes, yes. I was going to ask about that too, in terms of what are the accessibility features. And as you say, those will develop with time. So
Correct.
yeah, I mean, AI is looking at doing that. I mean, moved from text to making pictures really quickly last year. So I'm sure the tech's going to change as the developers explore these different things. If
Definitely.
you were a new parent to going to a school and you learnt about Book Buddy, how do you start that process with your children if the teachers haven't mentioned it? So if you know that your children have Snapplify books, you've bought them from the platform, how do they find out if the publisher uses it or doesn't use it is the first thing. And then how do they go about actioning it if it is a publisher that has signed up?
So, how you would know if Book Buddy is enabled on your textbook is if you come on Snapplify Engage, you would see it over here. So, it would show all of your Book Buddy titles.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
Alternatively, because students are interacting on a daily basis on the Snapplify reader, how they will know is they'll have the Book Buddy option over here. As
Show
well,
that again. Where's the Book Buddy option?
so it's
Oh,
here
on the
on the
side
left-hand
menu.
side.
Okay.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
And then also you'd see the little AI icon on your textbook.
On the book.
So correct. So that's how you would know that AI is enabled on that textbook. If there is a textbook, so like let's make for example, we're looking at the flying carpet or any of these textbooks, you do not see BookBuddy enabled, we do encourage you to reach out to us to let us know that you'd like it to be on that book. So this is for institutions as well as for parents. Pop us an email, send chat to us. As you can see, we have the little chat icon at the bottom. Chat to us and let us know that you'd like to have BookBuddy on that icon. The more you go ahead and let us know, the more we can show publishers that there is interest for it. So we ask you to go ahead and reach out.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And if we then think about it in terms, we've spoken about it as a tool to help us with learning. So if a teacher gives you an assignment to do, and it's a history or geography thing, so could you ask it to help you answer those questions? And then how does it go about doing that so that it still makes you think?
So if you go ahead and give it a question, it won't go ahead and give you the answer. It would explain to you what that question means and what they are trying to get from that question. So BookBuddy does not give you answers. It just gives you explanation so that you can become comfortable with the subject. It would go ahead and help you to get to the answer, basically.
And then when you do the little quiz, like you asked it to do just now, you get instant feedback. So it gives you the feedback in terms of the quiz that you've done. Is that
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct. Correct. So if I go ahead and answer these questions, it would tell me what is correct, but it would also go ahead and explain to me why it is correct or why it is not correct. So these are quite difficult questions. So let's just
But that's all right.
try.
Let's see if you just click any number and let's just see the reaction. Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong.
Okay. No
Let's see the
worries.
response.
So let's say section 1.
Do you have to do it as a sentence, or could you just do a number?
No, you can just do a number.
Okay.
Remember, I had a conversation afterwards
Yes.
with it, so I just want to refer it back to it.
Oh yes, I understand that for now, but I'm just saying normally. So okay.
Yeah, no, you can just go ahead and give the number. So here we go. So it tells me let's work through it. So the example question, and it goes ahead and explains it step by step.
Nice.
Everything. And then it gives me the conclusion. So it told me that I was able to identify question 1 as focus, the simple answer. So let's just refer back and see. 25/3. Okay, so I'm not sure if it was correct, but yeah.
We were a long way from the
breaks-
conversation.
Yeah, but it breaks it down. So it gives me the sum and then it breaks it down completely for me in order for me to go ahead and understand it.
That's brilliant. So really using it for preparations for assessments and exams. And if we get this right in children using the tools for things like that, it should remove some of the fear also of assessments, because your own knowledge would be built more around it, rather than using the AI tools to give you the answers. And then you hop into an exam and then you might stress more because you really don't know it more. So that's really brilliant.
Correct. I say don't just leave the tools until you are writing an exam.
Yes.
When you go ahead, as you know, with mathematics, it's something that you have to practice on a daily in order for you to understand the concepts. So when you
Yes.
go ahead and you've completed maybe a topic in class today, come out of school, go ahead and interact with BookBuddy about that topic. Let it know what you understand, and it would then go ahead and explain to you the concept much more. I also say with mathematics or with any subject, BookBuddy is not just for students, it's also for teachers, lecturers, anybody that has AI on that particular book. So if you have a book that has AI, maybe you're preparing a lesson, maybe you are studying or something, go ahead and use it. I told and Edit to go ahead and do a lesson plan when I was busy with my studies. And I said, okay, let's go ahead and see. This was me trying to cheat. And I said, let's go ahead and create a lesson plan. And I will just put it just like that in my paper and no one will know at university. And I did the lesson. Got the lesson plan and everything, but I still had to go ahead and put information in because it gave me all of the basics that I needed. But as you know, with any lesson plan, it's not just a paper and you go and you do the lesson. You still have to go ahead and get things to go ahead and complete that lesson. So
That's very, very true.
I definitely say go ahead and interact with Book Buddy, whether you're a teacher or lecturer or student, even as parents also, for your own sanity, for your own safety. If you see that your students, your children has the AI enabled, go ahead and interact with it, so that you can see how Book Buddy works yourself. Because I always say, we as parents, we go ahead and we say, okay, this is what the school said that the child must do. So no problem. I'm happy the school has agreed. But at the back of our mind, we still sometimes wonder. And I say, interact. Go ahead and
Yeah.
get to know it. Explore. Even if you have to go ahead and take a subscription just so that you can see, because we as schools and as organizations we ask that parent involvement, because as we know, a learner's path comes from three ways. It starts at the school and then the parents involvement as well as the students. So I definitely
Very much
encourage
so.
parents
Yeah.
to go ahead and also join and interact with it. I do see we have a question.
Yeah, Samantha's asked this really cool question. So it doesn't matter if you misspell words when asking the questions. So I really like
Let,
that. So thanks, Samantha.
let's go ahead and see. Um, um, I want to get like I want to get a mathematical term. Um, let's see.
So can you tell us
Right.
what you wrote?
Give me arithmetic skills. And
Nice.
I made some,
Yes,
use
spelling bee.
different letters. Yes.
Nice. Thank you.
There we go. So it doesn't matter if there is a spelling error in it, it would still go ahead and rectify it. I think what matters is that it still understands the concept that you are trying to ask. So it will still go ahead and give you the answer. And if it doesn't give you the answer, or if it doesn't give you the explanation that you want, you can always go back and say, no, this is not what I was asking. And you can go ahead and explain it in a different way. But based on what we saw that I asked arithmetic and it gave us arithmetic skills.
So that's really lovely. So is there anything else you want to share as we start ending off? What is there anything else that you think people should know about that perhaps I've omitted?
So definitely. So besides Book Buddy, we also have AI OK. So as you can see over here, here's some more AI tools that we go ahead and use. But I definitely want to encourage institutions, educators, teachers, if you are coming to Schoolscape, whether it is in Cape Town, Durban, Johannesburg, or in East, Eastern Cape, go ahead and come interact with our AI tools. We will have a UX lab over there where you can interact with our AI tools, and any questions that you have, you can definitely go ahead and come ask us.
Nice. Can you perhaps just quickly remind people how an individual gets a subscription or how a school does it? Is it automatically on the books that schools have subscribed to, or do they need to say, oh, we see these books have got Book Buddy on it, it needs to be switched on? So how does that work from a
No.
school and an individual point of view?
So when you go ahead and purchase, so as a school or institution, when you go ahead and purchase a book, you will be able to see if it has the AI on. So as soon as you've purchased it, because remember, it's not all of the publish that has it. So some publishers has it, some publishers don't. We are in the process of developing where before you purchase, you'd be able to see if that book is AI enabled. That is still in the pipeline. But once you've purchased and you see that AI icon on it, you'll be able to then go ahead and interact with the book. That is for institutions as well as for parents that purchases via Engage. And then if your school or your institution is not part of Snapplify and they don't go ahead and use Engage, then we have the retail website where they can go ahead and purchase a subscription.
And
So
is that then also for people who've got a physical book?
correct, correct. So they would then be able to go ahead and purchase that subscription and they'd be able to use and interact with BookBuddy. I just want to see if I can quickly get you that website and then I can just pop it in the chat box.
Okay.
I do see, while I'm looking for the website, I do see we have another question from Samantha.
Okay, sorry. Let me. Yes.
We have two.
Hi.
So
Are
one
there analytics dashboards or performance reports? So from a school point of view, have you got anything like that on the website? Is there a
So
back end?
yeah, yeah. So as a school, they do have a back end. So every school that has Engage, they have a back end where they can go ahead and see how students are interacting with their books. So at the moment on the platform, I have a learner role, so I'm not able to go to the back end. But the school, whoever holds the admin role on the platform from the school, will then be able to go to the back end and they'll be able to see the analytics. So, how students are interacting with the textbooks, what are the different types of devices that they are using, how much time are they spending on the textbooks. So, they'd be able to see all of that information.
And if the children are just getting up to mischief and using inappropriate language or seeing how I can react, do schools get an alert or something to say, hey, or can you see that on the portal or the back end as well?
So as the school, they're not able to see it, but as Snapplify, we do see it and we monitor it on a daily basis. So we have a 24/7 support team that goes ahead and monitor our book buddy interactions, so all of our AI interactions, and we see how students are interacting. If we see anything inappropriate, we do go ahead and reach out to that student to find out if everything is okay or if they need any assistance.
And if it's, do you ever tell the schools? So if it's a school subscription?
Yes, so usually what we do is we reach out to the student to find out if everything is okay. If we do see that it is excessive and that it's now becoming a habit, we reach out to the school to make them aware. So we'll usually reach out to the administrator who handles the platform for the school. If we do get no interaction from there, we then go ahead and escalate it to the principal.
Cool. Thanks, Simon. That question was really cool. And then if we go to Samantha's got another question. So Samantha's question said, sorry, I missed this. Are there language barriers with BookBuddy?
No, so there's no language. So we go ahead and use all kinds of languages, or different types of languages, to put it like that. So you can go ahead and interact in your home language, and you should be able to go ahead and get the answers that you need. As earlier on, I interacted in Afrikaans, where I said I didn't understand what was happening, and it went ahead and gave me the explanation in Afrikaans.
Oh, that's brilliant. So thank you. So thank you for the questions. So as we
Definitely.
finish off this evening, how would you like to, what is the kind of thing that you would really like people to think about in terms of BookBuddy or the other AI tools and using them? What do you see as the value or the interest in terms of people using these kinds of tools?
It's interesting that you're asking that question because I had a conversation earlier today with the school, and The teacher was telling me how they've been using AI and how the students have been using it as well. I always say AI is everywhere. We have ChatGPT, we have Google, we have Gemini, it's everywhere. But as a school, you always want to make sure that your students are interacting with AI in a positive way and that they are using it responsibly. And that is
Yes,
what Snapplify's aim is to go ahead and make sure that we bring the AI into the school, but to make sure that the focus is only on the content that is being taught in the school, that we don't go ahead and derail to anything else. So, as a school, if you feel, or as an institution, if you feel that you want to go ahead and bring AI in, but you're still scared because you don't know what the effects might be on it, I 100% understand where you're coming from, but I'd also encourage you to go ahead and have a chat with us. Um, Go ahead, our numbers on the screen. Go ahead and talk to us, and we can go ahead and support you so that we can help you to bring this AI into your classrooms. We want to, I believe that all of our goals, we all share a common goal. And our goal is to make sure that students prosper and that they go ahead and become the best versions of themselves, um, as we know how the economy is going. So, with this AI, it's not just to go ahead and give answers or anything, but it's to go ahead and make sure that students achieve the goals that we want them to go ahead and achieve. It's to make sure that, when you get to the end of the year, that you can say, I can see that the students' hard work has eventually paid off. We don't want students to go ahead and sit at October, November, and they're now stressed because they don't understand the concepts. Now they have to book extra classes, they have to book extra sessions with you. We want to go ahead and help you to make sure that we don't get to that point. That
that's
you can say
good.
at the end of the year, you know what, my hard work has paid off. We're not here to replace you at all. We are here to help you and walk the path with you.
I love that. So,
Thank you
Tracey,
so
I
much.
just want to say thank you so much for being here this evening and for sharing this. I really think that Book Buddy is an amazing tool and that it's alongside the workbooks and, I mean, the textbooks that the children are doing, whatever the content is. You do novels as well, don't you? It's not just
Yes, we
always.
do.
So
Yes,
I
we
mean,
do.
it's any book that the child is using in the school space that the publisher has assigned. And remember what Tracey said: if it doesn't have Book Buddy on it, send them a message to say, please, can you ask the publisher to align it with Book Buddy so that you can have the chat. So I want to say
Definitely.
thank you. I want to say thank you again for you this evening, and I'm going to end the call. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Good
you so
night.
much. Bye.